And now let's get an update on the cholera outbreak in some parts of the country. Recall that the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, had declared an increasing cholera outbreak nationwide with 1,141 suspected cases and 30 deaths between January and June 11, 2024. And joining us for updates on the cholera outbreak or the spread of the disease, as the case may be, in Abia State, Nigeria, is a special advisor to the Abia State Governor on Health, Mrs. Ngozi Azodo. Welcome to the program, Mrs. Azodo.
Thank you very much for having me.
We're glad to have you. Let's start from what the state government is reporting, which is that despite 109 cases with symptoms of vomiting and the other associated, manifestations of cholera, there is yet no cholera outbreak in Abia State. Can you provide further clarity on this? Is it that all of the tests have not come in yet for confirmation of whether there is a cholera outbreak, or this is indeed a miracle?
Thank you very much for this opportunity to clarify some of these issues. The Abia State government the State Ministry of Health has been on top of the situation. As is required by the protocol, we immediately there was cholera outbreak notification. We immediately set in motion every aspect of the response. And one of the things we were required to do is to do surveillance. And through that surveillance, we found 109 suspected cases. And out of those 109 suspected cases, some of which had already stopped being active, we also collected samples as required by the protocol. When you collect the samples, you do a rapid diagnostic test. So we did a rapid diagnostic test, and out of the samples that were collected, only 2 came out RDT positive. So those 2 were supposed to be confirmed at the National Reference Laboratory in Abuja, which is exactly what we did, and they came back negative. So by all protocols, we, as far as today is concerned, well, up to week 25, which is 17th of June, 2024, we do not have any positive cases of cholera in Abia State. We have continued to, increase our surveillance mechanisms and preventive measures. We are doing the information and communication. We are talking to people. The state government is actually providing water, in the areas where we had suspected cases. So we are on top of the situation, and we do hope that the situation is coming down. Right now, we do not have many suspected cases. For the week 26, which we are still reviewing the data, we will come out to say what has happened. But so far, we do not have any suspected, any positive cases. Thank you. Over.
Talk to us about the level of preparedness in primary healthcare centers across local governments in Abia State, particularly for quick testing. I don't know if there are laboratory infrastructure in those areas such that cases can be quickly detected.
Well, yes, there are. As a matter of government policy, we are constantly ensuring that our health system is improving and the primary healthcare responses are on the alert. However, once there's an outbreak notification from the NCDC or any of the neighboring states, the natural thing we do is to immediately start our response. So at the primary healthcare level, we do not have all the laboratories working. That's why we have the rapid diagnostic test. So for those areas where we do not have laboratories working, we do the rapid diagnostic test. The rapid diagnostic test is the accepted protocol. And once we do the RDT, you either get a negative or a positive case. If you do get a positive case, it is now a requirement for you to do a confirmatory test, which is usually done at the National Reference Laboratory in Abuja. So far, all of that has been in place. And we are confident that our response is effective and active.
And you're providing assurances that the rapid diagnostic tests are available in all local government areas in Abia State?
Yeah, they are available in all local government areas. They are not just available in all local government areas. We are providing additional RDT kits, and we have also received some support yesterday from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, and Abia State government is very, very grateful and thankful for that support. Thank you. Over.
All right, yeah, that's cheery to note. You also talked about your level of preparedness for surveillance in all areas, I believe. But talk to us about preventive measures as well, knowing that cholera is a disease that can be spread through food and feces. Talk to us about the availability of infrastructure in public places, public toilets, markets, and business centers to prevent the spread of the disease.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, cholera is a disease of lack of water, lack of potable water, as it were. So the first thing the Abia State government did when we had this outbreak is to intervene with providing potable water in those areas. And we could tell that immediately there was an improvement in the symptoms of the suspected cases. And then we didn't have rising numbers. Now, when the infrastructure for water, and when you look at the mapping of the areas where we have the most cases, it is also the areas in Abia State that are more challenged with availability of potable water. So what the government did first was to make sure that there is water. So the Ministry of Water Resources, of the Abia State government, working with the State Ministry of Health, brought water, tankers of clean water into those clusters where we had the suspected cases. Now, there are shortage of infrastructure as far as water is concerned, and that is what this administration is addressing. We have a water provision plan, for Abia State, and it has taken into consideration these areas where there are shortages of water or water infrastructure. Of course, when you look at the line of the seismic lines from Enugu towards Lokbanta, Umunochi, and all of that, there are also areas that have coal, so it's actually difficult to dig the regular borehole. So the government is taking all of that into consideration, but yet we have a water availability plan, and that plan is phased, and that plan is taking into consideration all the areas that are already challenged, with cholera. And that's not because of the cholera, but because there were also areas that were already known, to lack availability of potable water, which is a map that this administration has done. So we're taking it in phases. And we know that in a short while, we'll have that infrastructure for water, in place for some of these areas. And it's an ongoing responding to it effectively. Thank you. Over.
Cherry report from Abia State, and we hope indeed that it stays that way, and there's more also to expand on, but we must leave it there for now. And thank you very much for your time on the program. We've been talking with the special advisor.
Thank you for that prayer and that hope.
We're talking with the special
that prayer and that hope. We intend to work hard to keep it that way also, and increasingly to get better as the days go by. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. The special advisor to the Abia State Governor on Health, Mrs. Ngozi Azudu. Thank you very much for your time.